your seated mountain. Our feet will be flat on the floor if that's possible for you, right? So everything here is suggested. We all know that our bodies are not the same, and some things are not going to be good for some and will be good for others, and that's okay. That's okay. We're just going to take what we can and leave the rest. So if it's, I won't always say if it's possible, but just know that everything I say is just suggestion. I'm just here to guide you, right? This is your class. So feet flat on the floor, toes are forward, spine long and tall, chin parallel with the floor, but crown to the ceiling. And feet are about hip width apart, which is about 2 fists together and right there in between the knees, if you wanted to really truly measure. If that's not safe or comfortable, that's fine. You can bring them apart a little bit more. So we want to make sure no one falls out of the chair. And if it feels okay for you, you can close the eyes or soften the gaze. And just start breathing, noticing maybe if you're holding tension. Maybe noticing the breath, noticing the temperature of the breath. Is it cool when you inhale? Is it warm when you exhale? Is it the other way around? We're noticing, no judgments, just and we'll start by taking a nice big inhale into the belly. Feel the belly rise and expand like a balloon. And on the exhale, belly deflates, navel goes towards spine, all air comes out. So inhale, belly rises, fills with air. Exhale, all air comes out and belly deflates. And go ahead and do a few more of those at your own pace to your own breath. And we'll let that breath grow and blossom into the rib cage. So inhale, ribs will expand. And the exhale, ribs come back together. So inhale into that side body, into that rib cage, filling with air, ribs expanding. Exhale, ribs come back to midline, all air comes out. And if you have trouble isolating the breath, picture it going there in your mind's eye. You're not doing it wrong. Inhale into the ribs, into the side body. Exhale, all air. And continue at your own pace, your own breath. And we'll let that breath grow into the chest, into the heart. So inhale, slight rise of the collarbone. Exhale, slight fall. And continue Breathing, inhaling into the chest, into the heart. Exhale all air out. And once again, picture it going there in your mind's eye. And we'll bring those 3 breaths together. So we're inhale into the belly, and then the ribs and the heart. And then exhaling from the heart, ribs, belly. So if you want to count, you could inhale 1, 2, belly, 3, 4, ribs, 5, 6, heart. And on the exhale, 1, 2, heart, chest, 3, 4, ribs, 5, 6, belly. And do it to your own breath and to your own pace. So counting as fast or slow as needed for you, right? I'm not going to count 40 because I do realize that we all have a different lung capacity here today. So inhale, belly, ribs, heart. Exhale, heart, ribs, belly. And go ahead and picture that breath going there in your mind's eye. And whenever you're ready, go ahead and take your next inhale. And on your exhale, just bringing that left ear towards the left shoulder. Nice and gentle, it's not going to touch. Nice and gentle, honoring that range of motion. And inhale up, exhale other side. And inhale up, exhale, chin towards armpit. So we're gonna go off to the side and forward a little bit. It doesn't really matter which side you do, we're gonna do both. And inhale up, exhale other side. Inhale up. Exhale, like you're looking over your shoulder, like you're trying to see something behind you. And inhale back, exhale other side. Good. And inhale back and relax. We're going to take some neck rolls. Now, being mindful of your range of motion. So my range of motion in my neck is super limited. So my circles are going to be super small, but maybe your chin comes to your chest, maybe not. Just honor where you are. So our necks are delicate. We don't want to force anything. And reverse. Let that be still. Now we'll take some shoulder rolls. So shoulders will go up, back, and down. And explore here. Explore your full range of motion. Maybe only one shoulder wants it today. We're just going to honor our bodies and where we are, no matter what it is. And reverse. So we're going the other way. Perfect. Taking a nice big inhale, opening the heart, opening the arms, bring the shoulder blades towards each other. Good. Exhale, round the spine, come forward like you're hugging one of those big exercise or yoga balls, or hugging a, maybe you like to hug trees, you're hugging a tree, right? Good. Inhale, open the heart, look up if that feels good for you. Exhale, round the spine, come on forward, hug that tree. Good, keep going. Inhale, open. Exhale. Good, and you could come on back to your seated mountain when you're in. Good. All right. So picking some apples again, right? Is it too late? Are they gone yet? There's a few left, right? There's a few apples left. Yeah. All right. Good, because I still want a pie. So we'll inhale, open palm, right? Reach up to the apple tree. Exhale, make a fist, pull that apple down. Good, and alternate. And now I really want you to stretch like that apple's almost out of your reach. You can almost not get it. You gotta really reach up. And whatever feels good for you here. So we don't want to overdo it. Whatever feels good. If you want to look up, you can. If you have that neck flexibility. Inhale up, exhale, grab the abdomen. Nice stretch in the side body. Go one more on each side. So we got all our apples. We have them all in these nice little baskets. We're gonna have to bring the baskets over to the kitchen, right? For my pie. So we'll just reach down and pick them up. Nice big inhale. On the exhale, reach down. And if you get to the floor, that's okay. We're only pretending there's baskets. So reach down with an open palm. Inhale up, make a fist. Good. Exhale, other side, open palm. Inhale up, make a fist. And coming to wherever it feels good. Wherever you get. I like my pie really stuffed, so keep going. And you can come on back. Perfect. Now take our hands, clasp together, interlace fingers, and rolling the wrists. Make some wrist circles. And reverse. Good, and you can let that be still. And go ahead and change the interlace. So it's gonna feel weird. It's gonna feel a little, it's not that wasn't your go-to way, right? So that's okay. I'm gonna do that and then roll the wrists again. And reverse. Shake them all. Now, can we shake both and then stop one and keep the other one shaking and then alternate without messing up? So brain one, yoga for your brain. Good. And we'll give a little palm up and a nice gentle stretch with the other hand. And over. And switch. And flip. Now, if your feet come off the floor, you can lift them. If they do not come off the floor, that's okay. Leave them there. So what we'll do is we'll circle ankles, toes towards each other. And if you want to close your eyes here or just not look at the feet, and just picture your feet have all the mobility in the world. And they're these perfect circles, super flexible. And go ahead and reverse. And then you can point your toes towards me and then towards you and back and forth, pointing and flexing. And windshield wipers. And you can bring those heels to the floor. So what we'll do is we'll maybe come forward in the chair if that feels safe. Digging the heels in and straightening out the legs. Now, straightening out the legs to where it feels good. Now, if having them fully straight does not feel good in your knees or they're tight behind the legs, then you could keep a slight bend, but they're going to be as straight as we can get them. Also, we don't want to lock the knees. We want the knees to still be soft here. Spine out nice and tall here, nice and long, and you can either put your hands on your lap and we'll slide them down, or if you want to hold on the chair for safety, if you're going to slide, then do that. We always want to be safe. So nice big inhale. Exhale forward, flat back, hinging at the hips. Coming as forward as it feels good to you. So you want to feel that behind the leg, right? Nice deep breaths. So your neck is still in line with your spine. Your back is like, we're not curving the spine to get closer to the floor. This is not a touch your toes game. If you touch your toes, great, perfect, beautiful, but it's not necessary. We're just sliding our hands down the leg. And we're breathing. Don't forget to breathe. Nice deep breath. I'm going to take one more big inhale. And on that exhale, see if you can come a little bit more forward. Maybe it's a millimeter, maybe it's an inch, maybe it's nothing. And just see if you can. Good. And whenever you're ready to inhale, you can inhale and come on up. And exhale. Bring those legs back and we can come and sit back. And that feels good for you. Beautiful. All right, we'll inhale. Exhale to your left. Inhale up. And exhale right. And keep going at your own pace, your own breath. Inhale up. Exhale. Other side. And one more on each side. Perfect. Perfect. Now we'll do this is what we call boat pose. We do this when we do our sun salutations, but we're going to do it a little bit more extended. So if we were on the floor on our yoga mat, this pose would be kind of, you'd be balancing on your rear and your legs and your feet would be up. Does that make sense? So picture yourself on the floor, your butt's on the mat and your legs and feet are raised. So we're going to try and do that in the chair, nice and supported. So maybe come a little tiny forward in the chair to start. Holding on, if you have somewhere to hold on to, if you have, maybe you have arms, hopefully you don't have arms on your chair. It's better for yoga if you don't, but some people have arms on their chair. So if you have arms on your chair, you can go ahead and hold on to those, or you can hold on to the back of the chair, or you can hold on to the seat of the chair. That'll be up to you. We'll take a nice big inhale. Exhale, lift the legs. Just lift the legs off the floor. Lift the feet off the floor. That's all. We're going to start with the feet off the floor. Good. Breathe. Breathe, breathe, breathe. So bring that breath into the ribs like we did in our 3-part breath. Good. And if you want to let go, if you have the capacity to let go, you can and lift your arms. If not, always hold on. It's all okay. Or maybe hold on with one. Whatever you want. Breathe. Nice deep breath. So we should be engaging the core here. Now, if this is super easy, the more forward you come, the harder it's going to be. So the more forward you come, the harder it's going to be. So not leaning back into that chair. You can always lean back. That's absolutely fine too. But trying not to if you want to make it a little more difficult. And you're breathing. Gauge the core. Bring the breath to the ribs. Good, and it can come down. We're going to do it one more time. You take a little break if you want. All right. One more time. Nice big inhale. And exhale. Good. Raise your hand if I'm your favorite yoga teacher. That was a trick. You're breathing. Breath is in the rib cage. Good. And you can come on down. Perfect. All right. Bring the legs back. And if you came forward, you can move back to the chair. Good. Now, a little chair pigeon. So if your left ankle comes above your right knee, you can go ahead and do that. If you don't know what it's going to do, or if you know it's not going to happen, you can cross over left ankle over right ankle, straightening out that right leg, or left ankle over right shin, or maybe you bring it right above that knee, but it's super tight. You can always straighten out that right foot, right? This is our chair pigeon. Now, if you have access to your foot, give it some love. A massage, a pat, whatever it wants. With the ankle too. And if you don't have access to the foot, just close your eyes and send it some love from your heart. Our feet do so much for us. Show them a little appreciation. Or maybe your ankle didn't move quite as much as you wanted it to earlier. You could go ahead and manually do that. And whenever you've had enough, you can let that be still. And we'll go ahead and rest the arms on the legs here. And if you feel a nice good stretch here in that left hip, that left thigh, stay right here. If you want a little more, you could take a nice big inhale. Exhale forward once again at the hips, flat back. Coming as forward as it feels good to you. And breathing. So you want to feel a stretch in that left hip, that left thigh. We don't want to hurt ourselves. Nice stretch. Breathing. Our chair pigeon. Whenever that next inhale comes, you can inhale. Exhale. Right hand somewhere on that left leg. Left hand on thigh or chair. Inhale, spine, lengthen, nice and tall. Exhale, belly, ribs, and heart follow. Deepening the twist, twisting it towards that bent knee, probably towards your left. Good. And breathing. And on every inhale, lengthen that spine. And on every exhale, maybe imagining more twisting. Imagining your sponge, you're wringing out all that you do not need. Physically, emotionally, mentally. Breathing, lengthening on the inhale. Imagine more twisting on the exhale. Good. Inhale back. And exhale, help the leg down. Use your hands. Make nice. Shake, rub, massage. And we're gonna go do the other side, right? Of course. So if your right ankle comes above your left knee, go ahead and do that. Or you can cross ankle over ankle, ankle over shin, or maybe you get here and it's super tight, straightening out that left leg as much as it feels good for you. So you want to feel it here. You don't want it to hurt or pinch or pull. And once again, if you have access to that foot, go ahead and give it some love or send it love from your heart. And don't forget your little toes. I hope you didn't forget your little toes on the other side. If you did, apologize. Maybe the ankle wants to move a little. Good. And whenever you had enough, you could let that be still. Resting our arms and our hands on our legs. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale forward with that flat back till you feel that stretch. Breathing. And when you're ready, inhale up. Exhale. Left hand somewhere on right leg, right hand on thigh or chair. Inhale, lengthen spine. Exhale, belly, ribs, and heart follow, twisting towards that bent knee, probably towards your right. Lengthening on the inhale and imagine more twisting on the exhale. Imagine your sponge on the exhale, bringing out, letting go, anything you don't need today. And inhale back. And exhale, help that leg down. And make nice a shake, a rub, massage, whatever feels good. a little balance work while we're seated, right? How does that work, you ask, Amela? Well, so there's a couple things that is interesting with that help balance. So one is marching. So marching is good for a balance practice. But another thing is crawling. So we crawl before we walk, right? We all know that, right? So crawling is actually a good exercise in balance work, but we're not going to crawl. I mean, if you want to, you can. But what we'll do is we'll march in our seat, in our chair, and we will engage. Like if we were crawling, we would crawl. Like we would bring the left arm and right leg, right arm, left leg. So that's part of the work. So we'll march in our, when we lift the right leg, we'll lift the left arm. So opposite arm to opposite leg. Okay. All right. And then it might take you a couple days to get that. Sometimes it's a little tricky. We still want to do the same one. All right. So go ahead. Let's just start. Inhale and exhale. Nice deep breath. Engaging the opposite arm. Now, if your legs are not happy today, you can always help them, right? Oops, I already messed up. Don't follow me. You're gonna go at your own pace. Breathing. Don't hold that breath. Engage the core. So you want to bring the breath into the rib cage like we do in that 3-part breath. Couple more. And you can let that still make nice. Make nice. Perfect. All right. We'll do one more. So what's yoga without a tree, right? Let's take our left leg and cross over the right and engage the bottoms of both feet on the floor. So if that's possible, we want both feet flat on the floor while left leg is crossed over right. So you might have to finagle a little. Palms together in front of the heart, eyes closed. Or gaze soft, but it would be nice to close the eyes here if it's okay, if that's accessible. Nice big inhale. Exhale, use your arms to find your tree branches. And keep your eyes closed. Maybe you want to peek at your picture there. But keep your eyes closed and find your branches and feel those roots growing from the bottoms of your feet. Nice deep breaths. Find your branches. Maybe it's windy. Maybe your apples are falling. And whenever you're ready to inhale, inhale all the way up above the head. Exhale, palms together down the middle. And we're going to switch feet. So right leg crosses over left, engaging the bottoms of both feet on the floor. Palms together in front of the heart. Eyes closed. Inhale. Exhale, find your branches. Be a different tree this time. Be a different tree. Different branches. Feel the roots growing from the bottoms of your feet. Breathing, engaging the core. And whenever you're ready to inhale, inhale all the way up above the head. Exhale down the middle. Perfect. And you can come on undone. And now it's time for my favorite pose. Gratitude received. All right, so I don't know, a couple of you disappeared, so we all know how to do it, so we won't even, I won't even explain it. So that way we can do an extra one. All right, how's that sound? We'll do 6. All right, so 6, so that last one. Make it anything. But also with 6 comes 6 things you have to be grateful for too. So. All right, palms together. Nice big inhale. Long exhale. And start on your next inhale. What do you want? What do you need? Receive. Whenever you're ready to exhale, what are you grateful for? Palms together, bow forward. Whenever you're ready, go ahead and take as many as you want. If you want to do an extra, that's fine. But whenever you are ready, you can close the eyes or soften the gaze. And either palms together in front of the heart or palms on the lap open for maybe more receiving. And so, what were you asking for? So, what would it look like? What would it be like? What would it feel like as if it were? As if it were, what would it be like? As if it were. So really holding on. And I really want you to see it. So what do other people involved look or feel like? What are they wearing? What are you wearing? Is it a certain place? Is there a certain smell? So really holding on to that visualization. What were you asking for? What would it be like? What would it feel like? So really holding on to a few more seconds. What would it be like? Whenever you're ready, you can start to transition to your comfortable position. So getting as comfortable as you can, whatever that means to you, take your time. And go ahead and find that little place in your head where the thoughts come in. make it a little bit smaller. And I know those thoughts, they're pesky. And they're going to come anyway. And that's okay. We'll let them pass. Like passing clouds, like passing traffic. No stories, no judgments. And if the mind wanders, just bring it back. And if the mind wanders, just bring it back.
Just taking your time, staying where you are. Maybe you start moving some fingers, some toes. Maybe start moving your head side to side. And maybe you want to take a couple body stretch with the come out nice and slow. Nowhere to go, nothing to do. Nice and slow. And we can bring the palm. And we say the light in you honors, light in me honors that in each of you. Thank you.